Welcome to Beaver Stadium, home of the Penn State Nittany Lions, one of the largest crowds in college football assembled here. Buckeyes will kick this away to start us off. He's going to return it from near the goal line. Gets it to the 25-yard line. That's where they'll start the drive. So Penn State's offense will get the chance to start this game off. Here we go, Kirk. All the emotion in the stadium. Which side is going to handle that better today?
Chris, we had a chance to visit both these teams, and one of the things that we saw, the clock's ticking down all year for this game, this day. Now they get their chance. You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out the punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, he's unable to hold on to the football.
And throwing again on 2nd and 10. He's moving out of the pocket now. On the move, looking deep. It's intercepted. Threw it across his body. Breaks loose at the 45. And he'll be taken down, but after a good return.
Boy, this is why I love this defense so much. So opportunistic. We've seen it all year, and now we see it right here. Big interception. They set their offense up in great field position here on their first possession.
Listen to the crowd energy here in the early going. This is a tough environment for visitors. They'll try and run it. Here's the running back. Takes a big shot there from the defense, but moves the sticks. First down.
You know, everybody always wants to talk about quarterbacks today and receivers, and don't get me wrong, that's a big part of the evolution of the game and where we are. But, man, for me, as a fan, when I'm watching the game, there's just something satisfying about the teams and the offenses that still have backs that can carry the ball and come up with plays like that. Move those sticks and keep this drive going.
And the crowd coming to life here, trying to help this defense down in the red zone. He's back to throw again on 2nd down. And he's got his man open downfield. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State. Wow, that is an impressive start, Kirk. In an emotional game like this, to be so efficient, to click like that early is impressive.
Well, it's very impressive and a great way to start for this team because all the build-up and all the hype, now you can just settle in and play your game.
And he'll bring it out from inside the 10. He'll be tackled at the 27. That's where the drive will start. And the Penn State offense is back out on the field. This offense trying to bounce back. The last possession ended in a pick. Tight end goes in motion. The back's got it. They bring him down, but that's a good play. Moves the ball to the 39.
What a nice job here by this offensive line in the back to pick up this first down. And, Chris, you know better than me growing up in this area. Penn State's offense and the ability to run the ball, probably been doing it as well as anybody in college football for decades. Going back to guys like the late, great Franco Harris and Kajana Carter and Larry Johnson and Miles Sanders more recently. And, of course, Saquon Barkley. I mean, the list goes on and on of great Penn State running backs. And I'm sure they're proud to see him running the football the way he is today.
Spinning out of the tackle. They tackle him, but the gain moves the ball to the 36.
Nothing better than an offense on first down to be able to pick up big positive yards like that. You can either keep giving it to the back, or it can set up play action and get the defense to come up to the line of scrimmage, and you can throw it over top of it.
Offense getting set. 2nd down play here. Dropping back. It's Finley. Here's a screen pass to the running back. Finding some room with the 25. Touchdown, Nittany Lions. Strong game by this quarterback.
That kind of play is almost impossible to defend. When the quarterback is throwing the ball with that kind of accuracy and timing, and the receiver runs a route like this, good luck trying to stop it. So maybe this is a great start for this combination of this quarterback and receiver for a big day.
He's going to try for a return from a couple of yards deep in the end zone. Tackled at the 13. Not great field position to start the drive. Here comes the Buckeye offense onto the field. Great possession last time. They punched it into the end zone. Can the defense come up with a stop this time? Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. Well, they run it right into a blitz, and that linebacker was coming downhill, Kirk.
Man, what a time to call that blitz here by the defensive coordinator. And you're right, he shoots right through that A-gap. Really, the back had nowhere to go. By the time he got the ball in his hands, the linebacker's right in his face.
Give it to the back again. He shreds the tackle. He moves the ball out to the 15.
It's not a huge gain here, but if you add up multiple runs like that throughout the course of a game, by the fourth quarter, you're going to start to see that affect the defense.
And this crowd coming to life here, trying to help the defense get a stop with the offense pinned back. Quick throw to his receiver, and he's got it. They bring him down, but not before an explosive play through this offense through the air. The Buckeyes will come to the line to crank up the tempo.
You know, a lot of times college quarterbacks, they're more comfortable working to the outside. Here's an example of a quarterback with a full field read, and he hits a big play in the middle.
They make the stop, but not before a solid gain that time.
You know, Chris, what a great run here. You think about Ohio State, you think lately about those NFL-ready wide receivers, but we all know it starts with their running games, all those great backs they have had over the years.
They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. That was that excellent linebacker with a clear path just running downhill quickly.
You know, I think one of the great things about watching this guy play all year is his vision. He just has great instincts. That time the defensive line ate up all the linemen, freed up the linebacker to get into the backfield, and the result is a tackle for a loss for the backer.
The Buckeyes lining up here on 1st and 10. Pre-snap motion from the offense. Looking to pass. It's Maldonado. Caught quickly. He's going to lose yardage there. The defense closed in and forces him out of bounds. Important 2nd down play coming up. He'll hand it off. That's a nice wrap-up there by the junior. Well, Kirk, you've played in rivalry games. No shortage of inspiration, but how do you manage the emotion of it all?
Well, I think you need great leadership from the team. Sometimes teams don't handle the emotions of it, and the game can get sideways on you. The teams that play the best...
And the ball is picked off. And that's a solid return after the interception.
Well, the quarterback ends up being a tad aggressive, and he ends up paying for it with a pick. I get that that might be part of his playing style, but there's a difference between being aggressive and being careless.
And they'll keep it on the ground. Running back has a handoff. Gabe moves the ball out past the 25-yard line.
Great job by the offensive line here, opening up some holes and giving the running back room to run on 1st down. Plays like this can open up the playbook for the play callers, allow him to make that defense think, are they going to run? Maybe play action, maybe throw the ball downfield.
1st down here for this offense. Off the play fake, looking to throw. Trying to extend the play. It's a short completion to the big tight end. And remember, the last time these rivals met, Kirk, these guys dropped the hammer. It got ugly.
And, Chris, don't underestimate the mental anguish that can put on a team. It's important that this defense plays well and tries to get the ball back to their own offense to give them a chance to build their confidence up.
They keep the drive going. It's a 1st down to the 46. The Nittany Lions are looking to keep this drive going.
Man, nothing is more aggravating for a defensive coordinator than this right here. You've got him. You've got a chance to make a play on him, take him out of his rhythm, but instead, this guy gets away from that pressure, tucks it, and picks up some big yards.
Quarterback checks the defensive look, makes some adjustments. Back to throw. It's Finley. And he'll loft it to the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Penn State.
Well, what a job by the offensive coordinator going to that 5 wide receiver set, creating the one-on-one matchups, finding the most favorable matchup, and then going to that receiver for the score.
And they get set now to try the PAT. The extra point gives them a 14-7 lead. And Kirk, it's Penn State on top as we break for the quarter. Let's check out the stats now through the opening period. The kickoff team on the field now as they get set to send this one away. He's going to bring this out a few yards deep in the end zone. Tackled at the 14. Not very good field position to start here. And the Ohio State offense comes back onto the field. They had some good things going on the last drive, but it ended suddenly with the pick. Let's see what they can do here. The pass is incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, and here comes a late flag.
Playing defensive back has got to be the toughest job out there right now in college football. You get isolated on islands against these freaky, talented receivers. It's hard enough to be able to stay up with them and try to make a play on the ball, and often you end up bumping them downfield and you get a call like this.
Oh, and he dropped it. Very uncharacteristic play by this wide receiver. Second down. From the shotgun, he's probing the secondary. Fires it to the wideout. And it's complete downfield. It's a solid gain. Moves the ball out to the 28. Tackle is made, but the junior quarterback shows off his arm strength that time. Tight end goes in motion before the snap. On first down, it's play action. Defense is coming after him. And with nobody open, he chooses to just throw it away. Second down after the incompletion. Looking to throw it again. Running out of time in the pocket. Missed his receiver on the left sideline. Incomplete. Offense facing a third and long from the 28. Got to have your pass protection in order on this play. Dropping back. Looking to throw for the first down. Got him. He's sacked.
Now they put that nickel defense. I think that's the right call. You get more speed to be able to cover with those 5 defensive backs. It also allows that defensive line with that good coverage to get after the quarterback, as we see here.
And the returner will be brought down. And the Penn State offense comes back on the field. The last drive, the passing game, very effective. Moved them right down the field. And the defense make adjustments. And it's the senior getting home with the sack.
I mean, that's just being a difference maker up front. You look at that uniform, you think over the years with Joey Bosa, Nick Bosa, and Chase Young, and so many great defensive linemen. And this guy right here is showing you he's got some of the similar skill set as some of those greats.
Second down now after the sack. Quick throw complete to the tight end. And they bring him down. That's a very solid gain, but still well short of the marker.
Well, this is what coaches love to see. A quarterback with the ability to read the defense properly and then just get it to the open man. Sometimes it sounds simple, but it's tough to execute. This time we have good recognition by the quarterback, and he gets it down to the tight end. You can see what he can do after the catch.
And the Nittany Lions will have 1st and 10 here. Back to throw. It's Finley. Receiver makes the catch. Receiver brought down after a short pitch and catch. That completion makes it 2nd and medium. From the gun, he looks for an open man. And it's caught. Not much after the catch, but it is good enough for a first down.
You know who's got to love this offense picking up so many first downs? Their own defense. And when I played, I used to have defensive guys come down and tell me when we'd have a long drive how much it would allow them to rest or go out and play dominant football.
And he's able to find some room before they finally bring him down. What's the play call here on second down for this offense?
I tell you, to be able to pick up a nice gain like that, those offensive linemen have to sustain their blocks. Gave him a chance at a really nice gain.
Got a lane. Can he get in? And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Nittany Lions. They'll try to add to the lead now with a PAT. PAT is good. They're pulling ahead now, 21-7. Here's the kickoff team now, set to boot this one away. And the kickoff will be returned. And he stopped at the 19. Good job by the coverage team. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense back on the field. The last drive, they came up empty, had to kick it away. Can they come up with something here? Oh, a sack. The senior on this defense making a big play.
Love the call here by the defense coordinator to be able to call this linebacker blitz to come up with a sack. And over the years, Penn State blitzes these backers and are more effective than maybe any school in the country.
Quarterback looking to throw it on second down. That's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact. No flag. Brings up third down.
What a hit there by the defender. Tough for the receiver to hold on to the football when he has that kind of contact. Good, clean play by the defense.
Now on third and very long, looking to throw. He's a wide-open receiver, complete. And they'll move the 6 on that one. It's a first down to the 42.
Well, it's really a pretty simple thing here by this quarterback. He sees press man on the outside, so he sends his receiver on a go route, and he hits him in perfect stride for a nice game downfield. And to be honest, Chris, this is a matchup I'm sure he's going to be looking for as often as he can today.
Quarterback keeps the football. He picks up 9, so just short of the first down, 2nd and 1.
Well, if you're going to run the read option, you're going to have to keep your eye on that defensive end. If he collapses down inside to the running back, then you pull it and take it yourself as a quarterback to the outside. Now, if he stays outside, you're going to go ahead and leave it in the running back's belly. In this case, he pulled it and got some good yards himself.
In a big game before he goes out of bounds, the offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs.
Outstanding blocking on the left side of that offensive line. That's really what opened up this play. They did their job, and you can see the results. You burst open and get a big game.
He's got some room. Can he get there? Tackled just short of the goal line at the 1. What a run.
Oh, come on, ref. Give it to him. What a huge run. He takes it all the way down to the 1-yard line. And you could tell once he got through that second level of the defense, he was thinking, I'm taking this to the house.
And he runs it into the end zone. Touchdown, Buckeyes. Well, they were backed up to start the drive, but some bold play calling, great execution, and he reached the end zone.
You know, it's easy to just kind of pull your horns in and get conservative when you're pushed way back close to your own goal line, but not this offense. They came out, showed the confidence that they have in their quarterback, and it paid off. Nice touchdown.
Return starts from inside the 5. Stop at the 22. That's pretty solid coverage there. And the Nittany Lions offense retakes the field. They really had the defense off balance in the last possession, mixing the run and pass extremely well. Looking to throw. It's Finley. Quarterback escapes the pocket and takes off. Looking right. This one caught. He's swarmed by the defense.
Quarterback looks downfield to make this throw. He wants to be able to get the ball to be able to pick up enough yards for a first down. But instead, he gets the ball at least underneath to the drag route and gets some positive yards.
Offense getting set up. Here's second down. Here's the snap, and he's looking to throw. It's incomplete. He was hit as he threw that time. And now third down coming up.
Man, you got to love this if you're defensive coordinator. It's all about affecting the quarterback and getting pressure on him. This time they got to him and forced that incompletion.
Tackle made at the 41. That's a nice gain, getting closer to midfield. The Nittany Lions will crank up the tempo. They'll run it here. Running back has the ball. Getting close to midfield now. They bring him down to the 47. Here's the second down play. And they'll use the ground game here. They bring him down, but that's a solid gain on the play. Nittany Lions have first and 10 here. Off the play fake, looking to throw. Quarterback escapes the pocket. And the pass is complete to the tight end. They get him down, but not before he moves the football to the 32. Offense will set up on first and 10. There's the snap. Looking to throw the ball. He's got an open man downfield, and it's caught. Ball carrier tackled at the 2. A solid gain on that completion. And the Nittany Lions hoping to punch it in here. They have first and goal. They'll try to run this one in. That's a nice tackle there by the senior. Second down and goal. On the ground, trying to power toward the goal line. Fights his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Penn State. So it's still early, but this offense beginning to build momentum and build the lead now, Kurt.
As we've seen over the years, Chris, good teams know how to use the first quarter to establish the lead, the second quarter to increase the lead, and the final half just to hold on to it. They're following that blueprint perfectly, widening the distance between them and their opponent before we even get to the locker rooms.
Tackle at the 14. Not very good field position to start here. The offense comes back out there. Not much time left. Perhaps just time for a couple plays before the half. And the tight end goes in motion before the snap. And the ball is handed off out of the shotgun. Over to Juke, gets free. Tremendous toughness here. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down.
Big runs like this are just demoralizing for a defense. It's one thing to give up big plays over your head against the pass game. When teams can run the ball and pick up yards like this, it really affects the team's mental psyche and their confidence. And you'll start to see some missed tackles following.
And it's intercepted. He's stepping in front of that bullet. We'll bring him down after a short return, but the takeaway sets up the offense near midfield.
That offensive coordinator is going to have some choice words for his quarterback over the phone on the sideline after that throw. You have to be more careful with the football.
On 1st and 10, they'll look to throw it. Quarterback on the move, trying to make something happen. They make the tackle as time expires. That'll do it for the first half. Miller's going to wrap up the first half here. Let's kick it down to Kevin Connors with our halftime update.
Thanks so much, guys. And I need not tell you, rivalry games always bring out a ton of emotion. And no surprise, we saw just that in the first half today.
He'll bring it out from his end zone. Solid coverage there. They get him at the 15. That's where the offense will take over. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense back on the field. And wow, listen to this crowd noise. This stadium is vibrating. That's why this is such a tough place for visitors to play. Here's a throw underneath to the tight end. Defense surrounds him. Just a short gain on that completion. Buckeyes looking to crank up the tempo a bit. Looking downfield, it's Maldonado. The sophomore able to get home with the sack.
And just like that, you squeeze the life out of this offense. That's another sack by this defense. They have been in that backfield the entire game, and a big reason why these guys are enjoying the lead.
Third down. This offense could really use a conversion here, down multiple scores. Now we run a draw play. Powering through. He's not going to get the first down. It's 4th down. The Buckeyes will bring their punt team onto the field. They're going to kick it away for the second time. He'll field the punt. And he's brought down immediately. No fair catch there. That might have been the smarter play. And the Penn State offense is back out on the field. Fresh set of downs for the offense. First down. One back in the backfield, and he'll get the carry.
Man, you know, the back gets a lot of the attention here, and he's a good back. I'd love to see that offensive line win the battle of the line of scrimmage.
The gain makes it 2nd and medium. The big fullback's got it here. He stopped just short of that first down marker, inches away from it. Solid gain on the running play. 3rd down now. Can he get there on the ground? And this offense picks up the first down. They tackle him at the 44.
How impressive these guys been up front today. Big 3rd down. Know what you need to do. Get the first down. Continue to hold on to that lead. Continue to work clock. And get that much closer to securing a victory.
Marked out of bounds, but it's another big game. This air attack, no problem moving the ball up and down the field today.
What a pitch and catch by the quarterback and receiver for a big gain for this offense.
The Nittany Lions are moving quickly down the field. Quarterback leaves the pocket on the move now. He's going to lose yardage there. Forced out of bounds. Great play by the defense. Coming to the line on second down. This is important. They want to avoid a third and long. Looking to throw. It's Finley. Moves to his left now, escaping the pocket. And is intercepted.
What a play by the defense. Really, the only way they can get back into this game is to create a turnover. They get an interception, and they're in business.
And here comes the powerful Buckeye offense back onto the field. They were held to a quick 3-and-out last time, looking to put together a positive drive here. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. Might have thought they could catch the defense off guard by running a fullback there, but they were all over it.
Yeah, that's a great job by this defense of just showing their instincts and awareness here. Like you said, not being fooled at all. They slip it to the fullback, and he doesn't get any yards at all. In fact, he goes backwards. Good job by the D.
And the senior able to make the stop after a short gain.
You know, in the era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense has countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example. The defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage, not give up big run plays.
So they bring him down. They tried to run for it on third and long. A cautious play call. Doesn't work. The Buckeyes will line up to punt it away. Gets the kick away from his own end zone. And the coverage team makes the stop on this return. And the Penn State offense comes back on the field. They had it going on the last drive, but it ended abruptly with the interception. Let's see what they can do here. First play of the drive, they'll come out throwing. Delivers from the pocket, complete over the middle. And look at the speed there. They finally bring him down, but it's a nice gain.
Quarterback sees that this defense is dropping way back in zone coverage, so he does the right thing. Gets it underneath to that drag route and picks up a first down.
He's going to hand this off. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. And they don't block the defensive end, who shows some quickness, Kirk, getting around the edge that time.
Yeah, this guy's usually getting around the edge to put pressure on the quarterback, but he reminds everybody here that this guy's a complete package. Not only can he pressure the quarterback, but also he is very, very talented and shows you the physicality he has against the run as well.
The offense eager to keep this drive going, but facing a third and long from the 20 now. Trying to create outside the pocket now. He stopped short of the marker, so it's fourth down now. Looks like the coach decides to go for 3 points here. Here comes the field goal team. Knocks that one right down the middle. And they add to their lead. Set for the kickoff here after adding to this big lead.
I was watching this guy in pregame. He's got a strong leg. Not surprised here he's able to put 3 points up here for the offense.
Solid coverage there. They get him at the 15. That's where the offense will take over. Here comes the powerful Ohio State offense onto the field. Last time was a quick 3-and-out. Can they get a drive going this time? That one is incomplete. Took a downfield shot on first down, but missed it. Quarterback operating an empty set. And he's back to throw again after that incompletion on first down. Snags the quick throw. Defense makes the stop after the completion.
Just a good job here by the quarterback. Got the ball out to his receiver. His guy eats up some yards. They stay ahead of the sticks.
Third down. The offense desperately needs a conversion here, trailing in the third quarter. They call the draw play here. Finds room at the 30. They get him down, but the gain moves the ball up to the 36.
Well, that shows you the trust they have in their offensive line in this running game. To get to a third down, just trying to come up with a way to be able to keep this drive alive, keep hope alive that you can come back in this game. You rely on Old Reliable with that offensive line, and they come through for you.
That run moves the ball across the 40.
Just love watching this back run. Gets behind that offensive line, lowers his pads, and gets a nice solid gain.
They'll run the option. Running with purpose. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
And it's a nice job by this defense. They saw option, actually forced the quarterback to pull the ball on the read, and then they corral him for a loss. You could tell they worked hard on that in practice.
Just gives up on the play, throws it away, and now it's 4th down. Buckeyes will bring their punt team onto the field. Oh, he's got a crease here. Look out. And the returner is brought down, and that will do it now for the 3rd period. And as we take a break, we'll take a quick look at how the national rankings stack up in the chase for those playoff positions. So here we go. First play of the quarter. The offense has a 1st down. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Dunks it down to the back. And the defense swarms. Not much of a gain on that completion. Short completion there. 2nd down coming up. They'll go with the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff. Solid run. Tackled at the 45-yard line.
Well, I feel like they called that knowing chances are they're not going to hit a home run. But look at this. Put themselves in a perfect 3rd down situation. It's much more manageable. Now we'll see if they can convert.
Solid gain on the running play. 3rd down now. And now the running back's got it again. He'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage.
Hey, you got to do what you got to do. You got to rely on that offensive line in the running game here to be able to secure a victory. Good call, and just keep working that clock.
The Nittany Lions come to the line to start a fresh set of downs. Back to pass. It's Finley. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. And he'll make his way out of bounds after gaining decent yardage. 2nd down after that short completion. Offense looking to throw the ball. That one falls incomplete. Looking for a flag. Doesn't get it. Brings up 3rd down. They come to the line. A long way to go for the 1st down, but needing this crucial conversion right now. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Looking to scramble. On the run, going to heave it downfield. The QB throws his 3rd pick of the day. That's a potential game changer, the pick and the big return.
Boy, this defense did exactly what they needed to do. Come up with a turnover here in the 2nd half to get themselves back in the game. They get the interception. Now, can their offense come up with a way to cut into this lead?
On 1st and 10, looking to throw. Got him for a sack. A big play made them one of the senior leaders of this defense.
Man, how about the job by this defense? I mean, we really expected this offense to be able to come into this game, put up big yards and a lot of points, and here we are in the 4th quarter. Collectively, they don't even have 200 yards total offense, and they just seem to be out of sync. Give all the credit to the defensive coordinator.
Pressure coming, and they've got him again.
Well, that takes the wind right out of your sails. This offense is trying to find a way to get back into this game, and another pressure and a sack against their quarterback.
Defense are going to keep the pressure on. 3rd down coming up. Quarterback sets up, looking for an open man. Quick throw to the left side. He pulls it in for a big gain. Tackle made quickly, but a big chunk play for this offense through the air. The Buckeyes hustle to the line to run that hurry up.
Chris, here we are in the 4th quarter. These guys are trailing. Hadn't been a great day, but with this quarterback, he's as gifted as anybody in the country. You never count these guys out.
Here's a quick throw off the play fake. They bring him down, but an explosive play by this offense. Big gain.
Well, Chris, with this style of RPO, the quarterback has to do a really good job of staying on that ride with the running back to make sure that the defense is really up against the run before he can pull it out and throw the football. Here, it's a little further downfield, but the same result as far as the potential and the big gain coming off of an RPO.
Now it's 2nd down here. Scanning the field, it's Maldonado. Quick throw to the left. Incomplete, almost had his 2nd interception of the game. He's going to bring up a 3rd down play. Not going to be easy here. Backed up, a long way to go for a 1st down.
That ball just seemed to sail on it. You got to make sure to give your receiver a chance to be able to come down with a catch and bounce.
And the senior making a disruptive impact play.
Chris, I'm really surprised by the way this game has turned out. That's another sack by this defense. They've done such a great job of preparing a plan to get ready for one of the top quarterbacks in the country. They've kept him out of sync, applied pressure, and a big part of the reason they're enjoying this lead right now.
And he's throwing for it on 4th down. Here's a shot toward the end zone. Downfield and incomplete. A 4th down stop.
Chris, the design of this play is perfect. Everything you want to see. The quarterback puts the ball on the money. The ball's right in his arms. All he has to do is catch it for a touchdown, and he drops it on 4th down.
And just a short gain this time. They're able to get him down. Offense getting set. It's 2nd down.
Boy, we got a smart offensive coordinator on our hands today, Chris. Great job of just keep feeding this running back, keep it on the ground, working with the lead in the 4th quarter, force them to use all their timeouts, and just keep working that clock.
Solid gain in the running play. 3rd down now. Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep. Oh, and he's in the clear now. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Nittany Lions. And the route is on. The momentum really building now. Kirk, this one could get out of hand here in a hurry.
And that's the last thing you want to do in a rivalry game. Not just lose the game, but get embarrassed. I mean, you got to fight for 60 minutes.
And he's going to bring this out from a couple yards deep in the end zone. He's tackled at the 10. Not good field position to start the drive. Here comes the Buckeye offense onto the field. The last time they went forward on 4th down, didn't get it, and it ended up costing them 6 points. And they bounce back here. And they'll be sacked back at the 2-yard line.
Man, how impressive have these guys been in this football game? I really expected to see a very different outcome with the hype of this quarterback and the way he's played most of this year. But this defense has held him under 200 yards passing. They've got a nice lead, and they are not sitting back and resting on their laurels. They're applying more pressure, and they come up with a sack here.
Can't get out past the 2, but at least they stay out of the end zone.
That back just had nowhere to go. Got to give credit to the defense and their run fits on that play.
So a tricky situation here. 3rd and very long inside your own 20. How much of a risk do you take? You know this defense could be very aggressive at this moment. From the shadow of the goal line, looking to throw the ball. And he throws his 3rd interception of the day. Can he take it all the way? Takes the pick to the end zone. Touchdown, Penn State.
Great job here by the defense coming up with yet another play. Boy, they are just pouring it on today, dominating in every phase.
No problem with PAT right down the middle. Kickoff team on the field getting set now. And the return starts just inside the end zone. Solid coverage there. They get it at the 15. That's where the offense will take over. And the Ohio State offense comes back onto the field. At this point, there's not much you can do except play for pride. And he dumps it off to the tight end.
Chris, now that we're in the final couple minutes of this game, it's a good time to just kind of step back and appreciate the job this defense has done throughout the entire game. They've applied pressure. They've been physical at the line of scrimmage. Good job in space. And a big part of the reason that they have such a big lead today.
And the ball is hauled in. Tackle made on the play at the 29-yard line. 1st down play call. How aggressive will it be?
Defense kind of lost the running back here. Makes a nice catch and gets the 1st down in the process.
And here's a deep throw with the clock winding down. Wow, that is interception number 4 today for this QB. Follows the pick with a nice return before finally being brought down.
Boy, would this quarterback love to have this one back. They're trying to work themselves back into this game here in the second half. And the defense comes up with a big turnover that could be the nail in the coffin.
Getting set. Here's 2nd down. They'll run it to the right side. Finding space at the 20. He's stopped, but he gets a 1st down. And the player is down injured after that last play. We'll take a timeout while they check him out. And the Nittany Lions looking to cash in this red zone trip. And then first down, right back to the running game. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
What makes a really good counterplay is selling it to the defense. So you're going to go one way and then handing it off in the opposite direction. But if you don't sell it, you're just giving the defense more.
Oh, they've got him for a sack. Trying to pad the lead here on the final play. The defense had other ideas. Let's be honest, all wins are not easy.